Good morning, children. Today I am going to teach you English literature, lesson number 8, Adventure in the Woods. English literature, lesson 8, Adventure in the Woods. Lesson 8, Adventure in the Woods. Now here the story says, there were two friends who lived in the beautiful hillside town of Kantar. On the edge of the town was a thick forest where many wild animals lived. Every evening after school, Mukul and Tony would go to play with their friends in the field near the woods. They greatly enjoyed themselves running in the green field, throwing stones into the brook and shouting back to chirping sparrows. One evening the two friends were so busy at play that they didn't notice it was getting dark. They had run too far from the town towards the woods, and all other children had gone home. Mukul and Tony were lost in the woods. The boys knew there were wild animals in the woods. They held each other's arms and hands and walked in terror. Tony said, "We can't hope to get home tonight. Let's climb a tree and spend the night there." Mukul agreed, and soon they were sitting on a thick branch of a tree. "Let's pray to God that elves and fairies of the woods protect us," said Mukul. The boys soon dozed off. Dozed off means slept. Late in the evening, they were awakened by loud noises of metals clashing and hanging mixed with people's voices. "Mukul, we are safe. It must be Mom and Dad with the police. Let's get down." As they approached the source of the sound, they found it was not their parents, but men carrying lanterns, axes, saws, and a bag of other tools. They were arguing about which tree they should cut. Tony and Mukul were shocked to see this. They knew how dangerous it was to cut the trees. They remembered what they had learned from the deforestation and climate change from their books. "Mukul, we can't allow this. We must stop them," Tony said. "Wait, they look so dangerous. Let's see what they are up to," said Mukul. The boys hid behind a bush and observed the men. Now they had huddled together to discuss something. Here the word huddle means sit together, crowded together. He said in a hushed voice, "Hey Tony, see, they kept the tools beside that bush. Let's hide them away." "Yes, that's a wonderful idea," whispered Mukul. After the discussion of the men came back to get the tools, but there was none. "Oh, where is my axe?" shouted one. "Who took the saw from here?" asked another. Go, host, said the third one in a shivering voice. Shut up, you fools, and search for the axes, shouted the leader. They found no trace of tools and decided to come back the next day. So, Mukul and Tony found their way home the next morning. They told their parents about the events of the previous night. The people of Kanta were alarmed and outraged to hear about the wicked smugglers. It became clear to them why there had been a disastrous landslip in the valley the previous year. The man came back to the woods with the tools that night, with new tools. But before they could begin their job, people of the town surrounded them. You cannot cut trees. They belong to all the people of the valley. Who are you to say that? We earn a livelihood by selling wood, said one of the men. Mr. Narayan, a well-known journalist of Kanta, said to, do you know what will happen if you cut down the trees? These trees keep our air clean, bring rain and keep our hillside beautiful. They also protect the wild animals by giving them a safe place to live. I am sure you haven't forgotten last year's deadly landslip which killed many of our relatives in the valley. The landslip happened because weren't enough trees on the hilltop to keep the soil together. It is easy to cut a tree, but have you ever thought now how many years it takes for a tree to grow? The men now realized their mistake. They hung their heads in shame. The next evening, when Mukul and Tony ran into the woods to play, they were taken back by what they saw. The same men were there again, but this time they were planting little saplings to grow more trees. Now sapling means young trees.